Hey you guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Choma. If you're tuning in for the first time, you're welcome. On this channel we talk about everything hair care, beauty and lifestyle. And today I'm going to be talking about something that I know is a concern for many of us, which is your hair's health, right? You want to know whether or not your hair is healthy, is it doing well, how can you measure whether or not your hair is doing well, and things like that. In this video, I'll be answering some of those questions, and if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then stick around. It's not always easy to tell if your hair is healthy or not. So in this video, I'll share some key signs to look out for, and of course, some tips on how to maintain your hair's health. So it's important to recognize the season that your hair is at or it's in currently, because if you know if you understand your hair, you know what it's how it's behaving, you're able to provide a more accurate diagnosis for it and then tackle the problems head on before they escalate even to bigger problems. So here are some signs that you should look out for. Number one is brittle hair. Healthy hair should have some elasticity. If your hair feels brittle, dry and breaks off easily, then it's an indication that it lacks moisture or it's already damaged. Number two sign to look out for are split ends. Split ends occur when the protective outer layer of the hair follicle is damaged. If you see a split end on your hair, then you know that your hair is not at its healthiest. Number three is excessive shedding. Now, shedding in itself is normal, but unnecessary or excessive hair shedding can be an indicator that there's an underlying health issue. So you may want to look into it and just find out what exactly is it, that there's a loss in nutrition or there's something that is missing in your diet or that your hair needs that it isn't getting, and hence it is shedding. Number four is dullness. Now, your hair in and of itself is vibrant, whatever color it is, whether it's brown or it is black or it is amber, whatever natural hair color that you have, your hair should always be vibrant in color. When your hair looks dull, then it's an indicator that there's something wrong. This can mostly be due to damage or lack of moisture. So when your hair lacks moisture or is most likely damaged, it looks dull, it's not vibrant, and it almost looks lifeless. Number five is thinning hair. So when you have thin hair strands and you can almost see the scalp directly from the hair, like you can just see a person's scalp or you can see your own scalp, that's an indicator that there's something wrong somewhere. Thinning hair is not normal. So when you have those kind of things, it's an indication that your hair is not healthy. Some of it can be due to damage, some of it can be due to products, bad products that you've used, and some of it can be due to your diet or underlying issues. Now, how can you manage all of these unhealthy symptoms that we've talked about, from thinning, from shedding, from split ends, to dullness, and all the likes? There are a couple of things that you can do to help whatever situation that you're in currently as it relates to unhealthy hair. Number one is nutrition. I've talked about it in a previous video, which will be linked here, on some things that you need to include in your diet to ensure that you're getting the best nutrients that your hair needs to thrive and to just do well. So if your body lacks a couple of nutrients, then you begin to see a lot of all of these symptoms play out in your hair. And your hair is always talking. It is telling you what it's lacking and what it needs. So it pays well to just eat the required balanced diet and to find whatever things that are missing in your diet. So if you're suffering from things like hair shed or from thinning and split ends and dullness and things like that, there are a couple of specific food types that you need to start eating to help with your hair, with your hair's overall health. So that video will be linked here. It comes in two parts, so it'll be linked here so that you can go read up, watch it, and then just know what to do in order to tackle that. The next thing that you need to do is moisture. And many of the problems that you have with your hair is as a result of lack of moisture. If your hair is dry, it will be dull, it will be brittle, it will be susceptible to breakage, and just when you're combing your hair, every time it is dry, it can thin it out. So some of the problems that you may experience with your hair's health is as a result of lack of moisture. So including things like deep conditioning, moisturizing, using a cream, using a leave-in conditioner, and just every once in a while spritzing your hair with water just helps to ensure that your hair is moisturized and looks as vibrant as it should be. Another thing that you can do is gentle care. And I say this a lot, and if you're regular on this channel, you know that when I talk about the natural hair, I'm always talking about patience. When you're keeping a natural hair or you're growing a natural hair, you must have patience. And sometimes people are not patient with their hair, or not just taking the time that is required to, whether it's detangle or treat their hair or wash the hair. And when you don't take care of your hair, you don't prioritize it, it becomes unhealthy. You could check out this video on developing a hair regimen for you that will help. It's going to be linked here or somewhere here, but I'll put those in the description box so that you could go back and check them on how to develop a hair care regimen and why it's important for you. Just knowing that you put the time in taking care of your hair, just giving it the TLC that it deserves or that is needed for it, just ensures that your hair is well cared for, catered for, and it can help with alleviating or completely eradicating some of these unhealthy issues that you have. Another thing that you can do is regular trims. So trimmings are necessary for your hair's overall growth. So you can have trimmings done every 3 to 6 months or every 6 to 12 months, depending on your hair type and depending on what your hair tells you and how it feels. You should inculcate the habit of trimming, which can help with split ends and just unnecessary breakage, and just helps with the overall health and the look of your hair. And lastly, another thing you can do to help your overall hair's health is scalp treatment. Washing your hair properly, regularly is important. Just ensuring that your hair, the base of your hair, like the skin on your hair, is properly cleaned out, is aired, because I know that some people are just constantly on wigs on wigs on wigs, or on braids on braids on braids, and never allowing the scalp to rest. So just ensuring that your scalp is healthy, having the hair having its time to breathe, to be washed properly, to be cleaned out. All of these things just help the overall health of your hair, because if the scalp isn't healthy, it doesn't produce good strands for you. Remember that it is not just about external care. It's also important to look inwardly and feed your body with the right nutrition that it needs to give off good strands for your overall hair journey. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section what part of this video you liked, what will you be taking up as a recommendation for your hair's journey, and let me just know generally if you're dealing with unhealthy hair and what signs are showing up for you currently in your hair's journey. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.